What threat to Huddersfield pose to you?
Oh, they're a very capable side. You know, I do know they change formations. They go from a 4-5-1 if they're missing James Vaughan to a 3-5-2. You know, they've got two different formations. We've worked on the two formations. We're going to pick a side that enables us to change within without making substitutes. We feel that they're a good side. It's had a little bit of the sticky point because they're missing one or two injuries, which happens to everybody. And we need to make sure that we go there, you know, and making sure they don't start well. They've had a fantastic start of late. They get early goals, making sure they don't start well, keeping the game tight as we possibly can, and then grow into the game.
James Vaughan missing, I think, but Narkiwell's still a big threat, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. You know, the young boy was bought for a lot of money. I'm going to guess to try and push him into the playoffs, you know. But in my experience at my previous club at Palace and here, that throwing money at it doesn't normally work. You know, it's not the real way to do it. It's a building process. You got to build up. You got to make sure you build. So the young boy Narkiwell has come in with a lot of expectations on his shoulder, and maybe he struggled a little bit with that. But he's still very capable of scoring goals, as he's seen, and he's on the shoulder, runs in behind. So, but we've worked for that. We've worked on it, and we understand what you know, how Clayton passes him the ball over the top and things like that. We've worked on it.
Looking at your own strikers, how pleased are you with how Mason and Djukovic have worked together?
Yeah, we've all done well. You know, I think that under Moritz, his Wells come on in games and he's killed the game for us. At Millwall, he started doing that. I felt that Leeds has done that. Jermaine Beckford's looking strong. I thought when he came on against last week, the last two games, he's been really looking sharp. And of course, Djukovic and Mason have done well when they've come into play. Young Joe's struggled of late. We have an illness, but he's trained now for the last week and he's looking strong and sharp today in training. So, you know, I'm pleased with them all. You know, they're all really looking good, and I'm really pleased to inform you that today was a fantastic, very, very high, sharp energy game that every one of them are starting to now step up to the plate and give me, for the first time in a long time, headaches in who I can play.
Well, they've been able to keep Beckford as well, limited appearances as well, so that shows how well they've been doing.
Exactly. And Beckford was doing very well, and he's a very capable striker, Beckford, of scoring goals in this division. So, you know, as I just said to you, for the first time in a long, long time, I've got a strong squad, and not a squad that I've just numbers, a squad that young Robert Hall and Liam Trotter I thought were excellent last week, and Alan Hutton's done well when he come in, and Lone David Wheater's now stepped up to the plate. Zach Knight's playing the best I've ever seen him playing. So now for the first time in a long, long time, pretty much since last season, I could pick any one of the 18 to play and they perform at the highest level.
Are you beginning to look towards next season yet then?
Well, there's many different hats I've got on during the day. You know, when I talk to the scouting team, you know, we already have a target. So if you're talking about that, yes, we're into the would you believe we're actually talking about January now. You know, it's gone that far, but we now know our targets for the summer. So with that hat on, yes, we are. With my coaching hat on, no, we've still got to play for a lot, because there's players in the squad that contracts are up and they want new contracts, and there's younger players in the squad that want to play every match. So we've got to respect that and make sure that we are very professional. Every day we conduct ourselves and work very hard, no matter what happens on Saturday, the result, or no matter how many games are left.
Those younger players you mentioned, when you finally feel like there's no chance of you dropping down, will they perhaps get a run in the side?
No, that's not the way I work. It doesn't matter because the shackles are off, we play them. That's not how they work. You've seen, you know, of late, a couple of them hit the bench. Young Robert Hall, I think Robert Hall showed on Saturday, he's very, very capable. He'll be a fantastic football player for this club. He's just struggled a little bit with the intensity at times, and he struggled a little bit with his form, but I think he's shown, you know, he's come through strong mentally and he's capable of winning. So I've been a winner. That doesn't concern me at all. Relegation's never concerned me. I'm always looking to go ahead. It's just when I feel the time's right to play certain players, they'll play, you know. So that's where we're at.